Hello guys, we are back with another live crochet, coffee, and chat session. This week I thought I would go ahead and hop on a day early. Normally we would have this on Thursdays, but you know, there is the 4th of July holiday, and I know a lot of people are probably going to be out and about. Back with another live crochet, coffee, and chat session. This week, here we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyways, so what I was saying is that we have our 4th of July holiday tomorrow, basically. And I wanted to make sure that I came on a day early just so that we could hang out together, make sure that everybody was here and available, and we could have some fun doing some crocheting. So first off, I've got my coffee. Today is Dutch Bros. They have their first Wednesday of the month. They have a sticker giveaway. So I got my sticker for this month, which I thought was super cute. It says Stay Chill, and it's like a video game console system. So I usually take all the stickers and I have a notebook that I stick them to. I can kind of show you. It kind of tells you how much coffee I drink, right? So I have my notebook here that I collect the stickers. So every Wednesday I'm like, you got your stickers today? They usually give me 2. So I get one, my husband gets one. But anyways, so I grab my coffee. Today we're having a Kokomo, iced Kokomo, and it's delicious. And so I kind of wanted to just give an update, what's been going on, what I'm up to lately, what's coming new to the channel soon. So one thing came yesterday, and if you'll remember a couple of lives back, we had worked on this mini nanner, right? So nanner is my little yummy cat who's a banana split cat, and we were working on it with thread. So this was with pearl thread, and if you'll remember, I mentioned that the safety eyes that I had were going to be way too big. I mean, it would have just looked ridiculous if I used the ones that I had available. The smallest size I had at the time was a 5mm, and the head is literally tiny. Oh, I kind of showed you a little bit, but there he is anyway. So I got some eyes in yesterday, and they are tiny. These are the absolute smallest eyes I have ever seen in my life for safety eyes. In fact, I didn't even know they came this small. I'm going to try to show you guys. I'll hold it up if you can even see it. I don't know. Can you see that? Look how tiny that is. That's ridiculous. It's even hard to hold it. But it was actually the perfect size. So I kind of showed you a second ago. I'll hold it up even more. I put the eyes in. Look how cute. Ooh, which way am I going? It's always opposite what I think it is. Look how cute that is. Like, I put his little markings in too, his little mouth and his little whiskers. I made one ear, but I haven't actually attached it yet. Let's see. It's really tiny too. I'm excited to see when it finishes. But anyway, so this teeny tiny eyes that I got in a little pack, and there's a whole bunch of them in there. I don't even know how many are in there. I think there's like 100 of them or something. But the backings that they came with, let me show you the backings because they're a little different than the ones I'm used to. So they came in a separate baggie. And if you guys are interested, I can link down below where I got these because I'll have to look it up. I can't remember if I got them on Etsy or Amazon, so I'll have to double check that for you. But I can always put that in the comments if you're interested. But if you can see, it's kind of domed shape, right? And so you would then put the safety eye on going into the flat side of the, I see I can't barely even hold it. This is too funny. There it is. Okay. So here's the thing though with these, and I figured this out right before jumping on live. So I could, number one, I could barely get the backing on because it's so tight in the inside that I can't get my fat fingers in there to even put them on. So I managed to get them on. However, something with the little ones that's kind of frustrating, I guess, is there's no grooves So I don't know if you can see that or not. There's no grooves. There's nothing that clicks the backing on. So what does that mean? That means that you can just pull it right off. So that's not good. But I think we can kind of work with that because I may have to. I don't usually like to use glue, but I'll have to probably use glue just to make sure that the back stays on the inside and, you know, doesn't pull away from the eye and that you can't just yoink the eye and get the whole thing out. But it looks super cute though. I mean, it's perfect size. It's exactly what I was thinking that I wanted, you know. So I'm excited to get Nanner baby miniature Mini-gurumi Nanner finished. And I'll share that with you guys next time around. But yeah, so that was fun. That was yesterday. I got those in the mail. I was like, what did I order? Do you ever do that? Where you're like, you get these things in the mail and it's so exciting. I think sometimes you order things because it's like that endorphin release. You're like, oh my gosh, what did I get today? You know, sometimes I've gone and I've gotten like 4 packages and it's like the best day ever. Speaking of which, coming hopefully later today, I actually just finished editing a video I'm going to be posting. It's a yarn haul video, so stay tuned for that. We'll be able to see, you'll get to see what I've got from Joann's. I went to Daiso, the Japanese, it's like a Japanese dollar store. And so, yeah, we'll have some fun things. I had some fun things I wanted to share with you guys. So now that we've done with Nanner for today, I just wanted to show that because I thought it was so freaking cute. And it's kind of like we're coming full circle, right? This is something we worked on before, so it's nice to see how it's progressing. But I'm working on additional kits. So we sold our first kit. I got that all packaged up and sent out. And so super exciting. Mr. Frog sold. So we're, you know, those are available. And speaking of things being available, tomorrow being the holiday, I wanted to make sure that I put a sale going. So all of my Etsy shops, that includes Frizzy Bee's Etsy shop. We got Geek Shikarumi, Cuppery Corner, and Yummy Cats. So all of the Etsy stores have 20% off right now. And I'll put the links down below after we finish the video. So you can go and grab those 20% off discounts. That's going to go through Friday, and that's just as a, you know, it's fun. Hey, it's 4th of July. Let's celebrate sort of sale. But also on the yummycats.com, so it's YUMMI cats.com. I'm actually doing a special 40% off sale. And the reason I'm doing this is because I really want to sort of get the eyes on that site. You know, being that it's on Shopify, it's really hard to get the word out that it exists. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to post 40% off the coupon. The coupon code, if you look in the top banner, if you just click on the top banner, it'll automatically add it to your cart. So it's 40 off July 4th. So that's the code. I'll put that down below as well. And again, you just click on that, the banner at the very top of the website, and that will automatically add it to your cart. So you can go shopping for some Yummy Cats loveliness. 40% off through Friday, only on yummycats.com. If you go on Etsy, it's just 20% off. So I would suggest going to the website and getting that better discount. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a good week so far, and that 4th of July, you've got something planned, something exciting, maybe doing some fireworks. I know we're supposed to go over to my brother's house and do a barbecue and do some fireworks, so that'll be a lot of fun as well. I'm looking forward to that. I probably will watch the fireworks more than actually light them, but I'm sure my son will be right there ready to go, like with that lighter trying, it's like get his pyro out, you know, if he wants to do that. So anyway, so what I thought I would do today to crochet is I'm going to work on this new kit that I'm going to have coming out here pretty soon. And what that is, and this was also going to be shown on the video later on today when you see that, I made a whale. And I would love your opinions on the whale too. So I haven't decided yet if it should have this spout or not. So that is the big question. This is the cute little whale. This is the pink one. It's got a white underbelly. And then this is the spout with so it's basically just the water shooting out, right? But I'm not sure if I'm sold on it. So let me know in the comments, with the spout, without a spout. Or, since it's going to be sold as a kit, we could also just I could throw in some of the extra yarn and show the pattern just in case you wanted to do one or the other. So that's also an option. But just let me know what you think. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's really cute. Good size. This is made with the Bernat blanket yarn. So super soft, super snuggly. Today I'm going to make a blue color scheme one. Okay, so I've got a very pretty, very vibrant blue tone, and then also a light blue that we'll do for the underbelly as well. So I'm going to go ahead, and this time around I figured out, you guys, you'll be so proud of me. Let's see if I can do this. So I figured out how to do picture in a picture. Hang on, you want to see my hands bigger. Hello, here we are. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. You know, technology is one of those things. It's like, you don't get it, but then once you get it, you're kind of like, why did I not figure that out before? It seems so easy once you kind of like wrap your head around how it works and stuff. Like, I know for the last, we've done this 3 other weeks, I had no idea what I was doing as far as this Ecamm Live software. So I didn't know how to do this whole picture in a picture thing, but look at me now. I'm in a little circle in the corner. How cute, right? Now you can see my hands, which is also exciting. So anyway, you can tell I'm excited, right? So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and start crocheting this cute little whale that will be a pattern in the shop. It will also be a kit available as well. So anyway, so if you're tuning in, please say hi in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I always like to see whereabouts everybody is located. I'm up in Washington State. And today we've got, supposedly we're going to be getting like in the 80s, although it's been kind of overcast this morning. So I don't know. We might get there, but we shall see. It's been a little nippy this morning. So yeah. All right. Let's see here. Oh no, it's like flipping. It's flipping. No, what happened? Hang on. This one just got a wonky donkey on me here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Here we go. So I'm doing my magic ring. This week my kids have been in, hang on, they don't want it to snap. This yarn is so temperamental sometimes, the blanket yarn. I absolutely love it, but if you pull too tight, it will snap. And I could probably show you on this tail here. Ready? Oh, it's not going to do it. Oh, nope, there it goes. I mean, you have to pull fairly hard for it to do that. However, sometimes it's not that hard because, like, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this. I'm sure that you have. This is the skein, right, that I'm using. This is Bernat Blanket Brights. Where's my camera? Here we go. And the color is royal blue. I absolutely hate trying to find the end that's on the inside. And 9 times out of 10, and it did happen with this one, I end up with yarn barf. So I pull strand out of strand over strand coming out, and I can't seem to find the end. And then all of a sudden, it's like a ah moment, right? You go like this, and then this big chunk comes out of the center, and in that chunk is your end somewhere. So, it's just kind of funny. You end up with this whole mass of extra yarn, but the end is in there, which is great. So that's why I ended up balling it and making a little cake out of it, because I just didn't want to have to deal with all that excess that I normally end up with. So, anywho, But sometimes when you're trying to pull that end out, you end up tearing it. And sometimes you're tearing it from the center, right? So now you're going to end up with an end somewhere. And it's just not going to be, you're going to find it eventually. And then you're going to have to do an extra weave in. So, it's nice when things work out. It would be really nice if they'd actually just, I don't know, have it sticking out there for you. So that way it's just like oh, here it is, instead of having to have us like digging our way through trying to figure this thing out. It's so rare. I would say like 1 out of 10 times that I actually have found that the skein has the end sticking out. They never do that. I just don't understand why. It seems like such an easy thing to have happen, where they're just making it easy for you, but no, they like to hide it in there so that you have to really work to get it out. So whenever I make my kits, what I do is I make it easy. I just make sure that end is sticking right out, nice and easy to just pull, and nobody has to have any guessing as to where it is, and then I usually take the other end and I will tuck it underneath so that it's not going to start unraveling, and then you'll know right from that center cake that that's what you want to pull from. It's one of those things we got to deal with sometimes, where I get so frustrated. There's been times where I've just given up, and I've given it to my mom, who often will ball the yarn for me, because she likes to do those kinds of things. Like she enjoys weaving in loose ends. When I was doing those corner to corner blankets, oh my gosh, that was the one thing that people were saying, was that it were so many ends to tie in, because there's so many different color changes, because they're pretty advanced as far as that's concerned. But no, my mom, she'll do that. She will tie in all of the loose ends. So I'll bring it to her and it looks like a shaggy dog, and then she ties them all in. She watches her shows and she ties them in for me. So it makes my life so much easier. And, she does it. She's watching her shows and has a grand old time and such. So if you're tuning in, go ahead and say hi in the chat and let me know where you're tuning in from and what you're sipping on. I've got my Kokomo from Dutch Brothers that I'm enjoying. And I'm just working on my whale, which I am going to be offering as a kit soon in the Frizzy Bee shop. So, yeah, I love this yarn. It's so soft to work with. I just love it. I've been actually working on making a Happy Sunflower, a mini one, because I had a plushie sell this last week, and I made the sunflower. We did that in the last live, and I stupidly sent it without actually making the kit that I wanted to make, which means that I didn't take the photos I needed to take. I was all excited. I, filmed my reel, boxing it up and all of that, and shipped it out, and then was like, oh, shoot, I meant to take my photos, get it all ready to go, but nope, I totally forgot. So that's another project that I've got here that I'm working on. I decided this time around I would make the petals first, because they're the most tedious. There's 13 of them. And normally I save that for the end, and it's like too much. Sometimes it gets just really frustrating, because I'm like, I want it to be done already, but I'm sitting there having to make another petal 13 times. That's the one complaint I've gotten in the past, is that people are like, oh my God, 13 petals? Why? But I'm sorry. It's just because, well, not only does it look really cute, but that's how many it took to fill it, so that when you're sewing them on and it goes all the way around, you're not leaving big gaps anywhere. So yeah, sorry guys. Anyway, I keep wondering if I should try to make that pattern actually as a blanket yarn plushie, the Happy Sunflower or the mini. I wonder how big that would be. I'm thinking it would be fairly large. just because like even the pot that I use, I want to say it's like a 2-inch pot, terracotta pot that it sits in, and it ends up, being like maybe, I don't know, 6 inches or so high, tall. But I think if it's in blanket yarn, I could see it being like probably at least a foot, if not even larger than that. So maybe that will be on my agenda as well. It's more for curiosity than anything, but if people like it, I can always make a kit out of that as well. I've been enjoying making the kits. It's fun using my little ball winder. If it takes off, I figured I'd get myself one of those electric ones. Have you guys ever seen that? They're like $150. At least that's the ones I was looking at on Amazon. So I can't rationalize it yet. I've only sold one kit. But if they start taking off and I'm sitting there like hoofing, pulling up all this yarn, then I may have to get the electric one. That could be kind of fun. So we'll see. We shall see. I went to our Joann's that we have the other day. And this is where I got my yarn haul that I'm going to share in this video coming up this week. But I was trying to find this white that I use for nanner, and also for, I also use it for minty as well. It's Bernat blanket yarn, but it's just in white. For whatever reason, white tends to be one that you don't see very often. I guess people just use it a lot, and so they snatch it right up, And I had gone online and they said that they had like 12 of them. And I couldn't find them anywhere. I mean, hide nor hair of them. And you'll notice in the video, because I took a video, a lot of their shelves need to be restocked desperately. So they're missing a ton of their blanket yarn. And they have like on the very, very top above the racks where the yarn is, they have these boxes of extra stock, but it's not really extra because they don't have them down below anymore. They're just totally bare. And so my husband and I, I'm 5'7", but he's 6'5". So he just, we're looking at all of those and it says ask for assistance. And we're just like, is the one I need in the top there? And so, we looked at all the boxes, no white. So where are these 12 skeins of white? I need it, And so I ended up asking somebody. And she said, apparently they are extremely low staffed right now. So they don't have people to stock the shelves. And so she said it just came in. And if I wanted to go through all of the boxes they had, that I could. But I figured, it's okay. I'll just wait. And I went to Walmart. They had it. It wasn't as cheap. But I just wanted one skein. So it was fine. But it's frustrating. It's like, I want you to restock so I could buy more yarn. Why do they not? Why do they not? 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Aha. I didn't count right. Big surprise, right? This seems like it happens quite frequently when I do these lives. It's because I'm not that great at multitasking, but I like to be on here with you guys while I'm working on stuff. So it's fun. So let me know if you're here, what you're working on in the comments below. Do you have a work in progress? Are you a crocheter? Do you like to knit? What's your craft of choice? You'll see I've figured out my picture in a picture so you guys can actually see that I'm crocheting. I feel like before it was kind of below the camera, so you might have thought I wasn't actually working on anything, but I am. I am working on stuff. So right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows done. I'm working on this little whale that's coming soon as a kit. And leave in the comments below with the spout or without the spout. I really want to know what your thoughts are. Without the spout or with. I just can't tell if I think it looks like hair or if it actually looks like seafoam water coming out. I don't know. My dad, the minute he saw the whale, he was like, oh, I love it, but I think you should put a spout. So I was like, all right, I could do that because he wanted it. He wanted to keep the whale. So I made it for him. And then they wanted a pink one, so I made them a pink one as well, my mom and my dad. And then I just got to thinking, do I actually like it better with the spout, or do I prefer it without? So I don't know. Let me know what you think. But I do really like this. This is Bernat Brights. This is the bright blue. Very pretty, very vibrant. I tend to go for more vintage tones, but I also love very bright tones as well. So I'm not sure what other crafters prefer, but I do really love this really bright colors. I think I've seen an orange that was in the brights line as well. That's pretty. Maybe it would be a good one for a yummy cat, like a creamsicle yummy cat. Wouldn't that be cute? Orange, like a bright orange and white. I think that would be super cute. In the next line that comes out, maybe that one will be in there. I've already got Rocky Road. That one's coming out in the next set of Yummy Cats. So maybe creamsicle. I definitely need to do vanilla though. I feel bad. We've got chocolate, so we have cocoa. But for whatever reason, I never made vanilla. So that's like my son's favorite. He's vanilla all the way. So it's kind of funny. But I found this really pretty. It's a Bernat blanket yarn. It's like an off-whitish tone, but it has these little teeny tiny flicks of almost a black or a very dark gray. I think it's black though, but it reminded me of like a cookies and cream, and I thought that would be perfect. Maybe even make like a little Oreo type cookie pal that can go along with it. So my ideas just keep swimming as to what other cats to do next. All right, let me consult my pattern so I stick to it here. If you're tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments. I would love to chat with you, say hi. What are you sipping on? What are you working on? Let me know. Working on my whale, but then I also have Happy Sunflower Mini that I got to work on today too. I have my little mini nanner that I showed earlier, so I've got that to work on. And I also was thinking, let me show you. So this is another one of my whips. It is in pieces, but in my Geek Shikarumi shop, I have a cat named Kyo. And so let me see if I kind of hold it, you can kind of envision it a little bit, but this is going to be a sitting cat. So these are the feet that will go like so in the back there. And then it's got a tail that comes up in the back, and then it's got ears as well. So I'm trying to figure out, because I wanted to just use this as a body for a cat pattern. And so it doesn't have to be the character, because the character is very iconic with the way the face looks. So this would just be a nice cat pattern basically, but it's like full body. You've got floppy arms. Hello. And then the back feet are going to be what helps it keep its stability to stand up and everything like that. And then I was even thinking of making like a really cute sort of wintry shawl that could go around it. Sort of make I don't know, just like a fun, it's in vintagey kind of tones. This is a nice silver sort of color. And I thought I could make it looking up, like it's looking up for snow or something like that. So maybe have this one released sometime towards winter, maybe end of summer. But I'm also thinking if I should this is acrylic yarn, so it's dependent on, do I want to do acrylic or do I want to do more of the blanket yarn? Oh my gosh, my brain today. Yeah, so if I want to do the blanket yarn, I mean, he's going to be big guy. Look how big he is already. So if I make it with blanket yarn, that cat is going to, that's going to be a big cat. So I think I'll make it in blanket yarn anyways, just to see, because I love seeing the difference between the sizes that you get when you go from doing an acrylic, acrylic yarn or even a cotton yarn, and then you go back and you do it in this blanket yarn. It's just a fun way to make something jumbo super quickly. So I have to figure that one out. But that's been sitting in pieces for probably over a year. I really need to get to doing this. This is what happens when you get excited about stuff. You go on tangents, right? So you're doing whips and then you just go on tangents all the time. But the other thing I got this skein, you guys. So this is Super Savers Stripes, and it's Neon Stripes is the name of it. I got 2 of them, and I have no idea what I should make with it. It's for my husband. So if you can think of any ideas what would be good to use this yarn for, please let me know in the comments. I am all ears. I have no idea what I want to use this yarn for, but it's so pretty. I love that it's, it's got these like neon colors. It's very 80s retro vibe. So we shall see. I don't know. I don't even know how the variegation is going to come out as I'm working with it. So that'll be interesting as well. Something else. One more project, right? Just one more thing to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I'm on row 7. Okay. Just want to make sure I don't mess this up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Okay. I see where I'm at now. All right. Really is like crocheting with a cloud. It's really satisfying to use this yarn. Oh no, I ended up with the wrong amount again. Hang on, bear with. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. Aha, I found you. I'm frogging a little bit, not a lot. But I did 2 single crochets when I was meant to do 3 single crochets and an increase. Go figure. Here we go. There, that looks better. Okay. I've been thinking about my booth setup, so I would like to do some craft fairs this year. We have one that's coming up next month. And so I'm trying to figure out what I want my booth to look like. Do I want to make it a Yummy Cats and a Frizzy Bee booth? So I have, and that's what I'm kind of thinking, where it'll probably be more Yummy Cats than Frizzy Bee, but I would like to have the kits available and maybe some of the plushies from the Frizzy Bee shop. And then I'll have a lot of the marketing and sort of the fun visuals will be from the Yummy Cats shop, since it's just so colorful and vibrant. And I also have probably over $1,000 worth of product that I've already made up for the Yummy Cats stuff. So yeah, I need to get some of that sold. So I think that would be a good mixture. So I've been buying crates and just things to make different visual heights, right? Because I think, if you go to craft shows and art shows and somebody just has the table and it's all laid out on the bottom, it's not as visually appealing and exciting. So I think having that visual interest of having things at different levels is going to be, it's going to be something that'll help draw the eye. And I'll definitely have some of those giant Yummy Cats, because I think those will also be really good for drawing the eye and getting more attention. Just bringing people in. They would be a lot more expensive because they even have an inner lining that holds the stuffing that I have to sew on the sewing machine. So they would be a lot more expensive. So I don't anticipate people really buying those. I mean, who knows? But I'll probably have a few there and in different colors, and so they'll be an option to purchase. But it would be the lower ticketed, items that I think people would be excited to see. So that's really just to draw interest. And I saw on, I don't remember where it was, if it was on Pinterest that I noticed this, or or what, or if it was just one of those Instagram shorts and stuff, but I saw that another crafter had created their own standees. So their own little, they'd hand drawn them, their characters and stuff, and then they'd use those, and they had said, you know, this is this price and that price, but they're visually really, really good to draw that attention. So I got myself some foam core board, and I plan to use that and draw some Yummy Cats things so that I can work on my booth setup, because I think that that's going to be an important, it's more important than you would think when you're selling at a craft fair to have that different visual interest, because you need to, it's kind of like on Instagram when you're trying to stop the scroll, but it's like you're trying to stop people from walking by. You want to get their attention. So how do you do that? So that's why I think having those giant illustrations of the cats would be fun. Even thought of making one of those things where the kids could come up and put their face in a Yummy Cat. I thought that would be so cute. Don't you think? I could see a lot of kids going up and doing that, parents taking pictures. So anything that can draw people's interest and attention and stop them walking straight by is good. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some craft shows. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I always had fun doing them in the past, but I haven't done one in probably a couple of years now. I think the last one I did was a Christmassy one that was local, and it was fun. You know, made quite a few $100s doing that, selling a lot of my crocheted things, and then I was selling stickers and other stuff like that too. So here we go. All right, let me consult my pattern and have some coffee. Let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments, what you're working on. I've got one cat sleeping next to me here, Merlin. He's a little ball. He has a special spot right next to my desk that it's one of those 3-tier carts that are metal. And I have, you know, different art supplies on the bottom too, but I just threw a blanket on there one day just to see what happened. And sure enough, it's become a favorite spot. So it is now a cat bed, because that's what cats do, right? They just decide that something is theirs, and then that's the end of it. So he's in his spot, and now I can never move that cart because it's like perfect. It's right under the window, and he loves that spot. And so his brother does too, Arthur. He'll come and sleep there too sometimes, but he tends to be more on our bed. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you guys like this picture in a picture? I'm trying to make sure that I'm actually putting my hands underneath the camera. Here we are. Let me know if you like the picture in a picture so you can see my hands working. 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay. Just making sure. Sometimes when I talk and crochet, you're counting while you're talking, so it's not that easy to do. Here we go. I think we're good. We are good. So my son is in a stop motion camp, and he's been having a bit of a time. Each day he's basically had them call me to pick him up a bit early. He's 10. And he's high functioning on the spectrum, but sometimes he just has a really hard time because they have him working in a group, and he likes to be the one that controls things and, you know, does things by his way. So that's been something, you know, as he gets older, I think that he gets better with that. But, you know, it's just something that he struggles with still. And, so yeah, he said today's the last day, and this is the last camp he's doing this summer. So he said he's going to try to stick it out until 2:30, but we shall see. We'll see if he makes it. I've been getting calls around this time for the last 2 days. And so hopefully we can make it through the live and I won't get a call. My daughter is in camp too, but she's doing an art camp, and she's having a blast. They're painting today, so she's all about that. And she's got another art camp next week. So my little budding artists, they take after their mama. I love it. I love it. That's what I always did as a kid. You know, my mom would buy us art supplies and stuff, and we just sit doing art all summer long. It was so much fun. Never got old. Of course, we didn't have all the technology that we have nowadays, so, you know, we were doing puzzles and we were doing art and games, like actual games, you know, like board games and such. 2, 3, 4, 5. Although my mom did enjoy playing this game called You Don't Know Jack. I don't know if you guys have ever played that. It's pretty fun. It's like a trivia game, and it is on the computer. But this is back with dial-up, so this is not fast by any means. But yeah, that was a fun one that she enjoyed playing with us. She was usually more into watching the video games instead of playing them. But that was a good one. Ooh, I'm getting close to changing my color here, but I'm not quite there. I think I've got one more row around, and then we'll switch to the light blue tone. This would make such a cute little stocking stuffer or a little gift for a little one. Sit right on top of a stocking. Here I am talking Christmas already. Can you believe it? They are getting the, I was at Joann's the other day. They're getting out the Halloween stuff already. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy. They already had like an aisle or two dedicated to Halloween, and we're in July. Just barely in July. Ugh. What the heck? I'm not ready for that. Although I do love the fall, but it's like, we just started summer. How come you're already getting Halloween stuff out? Come on. You know? Where's the like fun ice cream beach ball stuff and the sun is shining, like that kind of thing. We're looking at skulls and jack-o'-lanterns already. All right, hang on. Okay, so now, nope, I'm not changing colors yet. Not yet. Very close, very close. We're getting there. So while the kids have been in camp this week, it has been really good because I took that opportunity to do a lot of filming for this channel. So I refilmed a lot of the original things so I can teach how to crochet different things, like, you know, what is a decrease versus doing an invisible decrease, or what's a magic ring versus a double magic ring, all that kind of stuff. And I know that I have those on the channel already, but my setup is so much better now, and I feel like, you know, I can do them better justice. And so I'll have those coming soon. And then I'm also going to start doing yarn reviews because I think that would be really fun. And we'll see. I want to specifically talk about yarn reviews, but what, you know, are they good to do amigurumis with? So it's not just a yarn review. It's really, are these good to apply to amigurumis? So, and I did get some yarn from Temu, actually, just a few little skeins. And I'm going to go ahead and also do a yarn review and work with those a little bit and see how those come out, because I am curious to see if the yarn on Temu is any good. I don't know is the answer. I don't know yet. I have not tried it. But I had like a third skein, a third type of yarn. I can't find it anywhere. But I mean, that happens all the time, because I put things in different spaces and then I don't know where I've put them. So it is what it is. I have too many spots where I keep things. So I need to slowly start putting everything in one spot so that way I know where everything is. But we don't really have the space for me to have my own craft room or craft space. So I've actually just taken over part of our bedroom for my office area. And it works. It's great. It's cozy and I love it. But it's definitely not enough to really display my yarns and really have everything at my fingertips, which I could, that needs a little bit of work. But okay, hang on just a second. Working in back loops, so I just want to make sure I don't mess it up. Here we go. Okay, now I'm on the row where I'm going to be changing my colors here. Changing to white. Okay, well, instead of white, it's going to be light blue. So I guessed how much yarn I was going to need. Here we go. I guessed when I was rolling the cake up on the ball winder. So I'm curious to see, because as I do the kits, I weigh the yarn. So that way I make sure that I put enough in there for you guys. And so I kind of guesstimated how much I would need. So we'll see if I guessed right. So the ball that I made was about 55 grams or so size-wise. So we shall see if I end up having enough or if I need to make sure that there's more on the ball. Let's see here. Just about changing colors. Changing to light blue. In just a moment. Let's see. Where's my stitch marker? Okay. Maybe 2 moments. Like even the sound it makes, I don't know if you guys can hear the sound. Can you hear the sound that it makes as I'm working with it? Here, I'll be quiet so you can hear it. Hear that? It's very soft. Where if you've ever used acrylic yarn, you'll know what I'm talking about. It makes this sort of like squeak sound as you're, working with it and stuff, which can be quite annoying. You get used to it as the crocheter, but I don't know about the people around you. So yeah, it makes a weird squeaky sound. But this yarn doesn't do that because it's so plush. It just really makes a nice soft sound as you're working with it. Okay, hang on a second. Let's make sure I did this right. Okay, so changing to white in the last 3 fingers of back loops only. Okay, so I need to actually change it on this one. So I'm going to pull this out, the last one out, my last loop, if you will. Let me grab where's my light blue? Here we go. Okay, I've got my light blue. I'm changing colors. Here we go. All right. So now I'm going to start working with the light blue and drop the dark blue behind. And I'm going back into these back loops. There we go. Okay. Switching it over here. Okay. So now all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm only working in back loops, so I gotta make sure I do this because I want that ridge. Let's see. Okay. Whoop. Seeing if I can do this as an invisible decrease. I think that's what I've been doing. Yep. All right. So what sorts of animals would you like to see me crochet? Let me know in the comments. I will see if I can make those for you. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. So I'm going to have the whale kit coming. I'm going to have the sunflower kit coming. I think I'll do that cat one that I was showing you earlier as a kit as well, and pattern. So I sell them as kits or patterns, really, so that way you have options. Options are good. So I'll have the cat one. And yeah, maybe I'll do a snake. That could be fun. Maybe make like a king snake or something with the different color stripes and such. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Wait, hang on. Hang on, bear with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aha! I was supposed to decrease, and I did not. Here we go. Try another one. There we go. Just consulting my pattern. I want to make sure I don't mess up anything here. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, decreasing. If I can grab the back loop. There we go. Temperamental back loop. Ugh. Here we go. Okay. Yep, okay. We good. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, almost done with this one, with this round. And I need to do 1 single crochet. Decrease. Okay. So this is going to be another no-sew pattern. So I've been really enjoying the no-sew patterns. I think a lot of other crafters like them too, other crocheters. Sometimes I'll have minor sort of sewing, but for the most part, you just connect them. So I'll leave like back loops behind or something like that so that you can work into them later. Or the other option where you're actually crocheting them right in as you're going. Like sometimes you do that for arms. And that's what I did for the frog. Actually, the arms are attached as you're working the frog's body. So in the round, you're attaching them. Are you guys fans of no-sew, or do you care if you have to sew a bunch of pieces on? Let me know. Sometimes it's hard to avoid the sewing, you know, sometimes you kind of just need to do it. But for the most part, if I can, I like to make them no-sew. Because I've spoken to other crocheters that have said that they love crocheting the pieces. So they make all the pieces and they're ready to go. And then they'll just leave them in pieces because they absolutely hate stitching them together. Or if they stitch them together, they worry that the eyes aren't going to be even or something like that. So, or the facial details or the head's going to be crooked, stuff like that. So, yeah. And that does happen sometimes. I think the more you practice, though, it just gets a little easier. And sometimes you can even just pin the pieces so they don't move while you're trying to crochet them or stitch them together. So that's another way. Come on. You use like little sewing pins. There we go. I'm just decreasing evenly here as I start to sew up this hole here. I will need to put the stitch eyes in pretty soon. Stitch eyes. The stitch eyes. Oops. I meant the safety eyes, not the stitch eyes. That's my little mixture of stitch marker and safety eye. The stitch eyes. All right. Coming up on the end of the row. Then I think I might grab my safety eyes and put those in. This pattern uses size 12 millimeter safety eyes. I'm getting all my words jumbled. I think I need more coffee. Boop, there we go. So I did get those compression gloves. I think I was telling you guys that I was gonna get those because of the soreness in my wrist. However, I found that it was really hard to crochet with them on. So I don't know if that's just me or if that's pretty standard. It's probably because I'm just not used to it. You know, maybe I just need to get used to them. But I was like having a hard time closing my hands enough to really grip the yarn that I hold as my tension, for my tension on my left side. And it just kept falling off of my fingers. It got really frustrating. And so I took them off. So I don't know if there's any other options out there to help with pain, or if compression is kind of like the only thing, but I may have to just keep trying them until I get used to it. I know it looks like a cone head, and it does a little bit, but it's really cute, I think, when it's done. When it's all stuffed and stuff, it's more of a rounded cone. All right, let me get the eyes. Grab the eyes here. Okay, 1, 2, we need 2 backs. Here we go. Okay, I've got my eyes here. All right, so let me figure out where the tail is going. Right there. Okay, so let's see here. Sometimes this can take a little while just to figure out where I want to put the placement of the eyes. And then I also have to check the tail placement because I don't want it to be askew. So the tail goes here. All right, let's see here. So if it goes here, is that even? I think so. I think that's even. What do you think? Did I put them far enough apart? This is a technique I use sometimes. I'll go like that and then I kind of round it around to see if they match. I think they're pretty close. It might be one off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I think that actually might be right. It's probably because the stuffing is in there, so it's hard to tell. But I think that that's the difference that I want. So I'm going to go with that. All right. Time for the popping in of the safety eyes. I almost said stitch markers again. The safety eyes, the back washer. Here it is. So this flat side goes down, except for when it drops out of your hand. Here we go. All right. Here, a little ASMR here. Here we go. Oh, I don't think I can't get another one. That one, I just got 2. It is such thick yarn that it's hard to, I can't get it. There's a Kickstarter going on, and I've put in for it. So they've made some sort of it kind of looks like pliers or something. Like one side has a pad on it that would go where the eye is, and then on the back side it has a hole where the bracing point is so that the backing can go through, and then you just clamp it, and it's supposedly going to make it a lot easier to put safety eyes in. Yeah, so we'll see if that works. But I got 2 sizes. I got the one that came with the smaller and the larger one for bigger eyes. And I have no idea when the Kickstarter ends and when it'll come to me, but I'm very excited to try that out because I can't tell you how much it hurts sometimes to put those little safety eyes in. I mean, especially like sometimes on these thicker yarns, it's really, really hard to get those safety eyes in. But hopefully this will save my hands. We shall see. Even the smaller ones too, sometimes it's really, really hard to get them pushed in. I did one time, I thought, oh, I'll brace it on the table. I think I put the eye side down, and on something so it wouldn't scratch the eye. And when I pushed down though, it actually broke. It broke the eye. So I don't recommend that. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that, guys. All right, but now I've got my safety eyes in, so now I'm going to keep closing this hole and then stuff. Okay, I see where I am. Here we go. So if you're tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you have any plans for tomorrow, for the holiday, or if you're just lying low. It's not the best holiday for pets, that's for sure. But luckily our cats don't seem to be too bothered by it, which is good because our neighbor across the way lights a lot of fireworks. So here we go. Oh, the fluff just makes my nose itch. I swear it's in the air. In the air, all over the floor, you find little bits of fluff everywhere. Here we go. Just make sure I've got this here. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think I started doing, yeah, there we go. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 1. I'm starting to decrease more, but I'm not, I need to make sure I'm doing the right row here. 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Sometimes getting that front loop is not the easiest. Here we go. All right. It's just not working with me today. Come on, give me that front loop. Just the front. Let me know if you're interested, or excited rather, about this cute little whale pattern. I know I am. I had made it originally in acrylic yarn, and it was probably about, where's my hand here? Oh my gosh, I am terrible, you guys. I cannot figure out which direction to move my hands. Okay, so the baby was about yay big, the little one, with the acrylic yarn. And then I started making them in the blanket yarn, and they're so much bigger and so cute. But yeah, I had made it in acrylic yarn before, and I liked it a lot, but I think that, I don't know, there's just something to be said for these blanket yarn plushies because they're just so cuddly. And I just think people are starting to gravitate more towards that instead of the acrylic yarn, which is really great for just seeing the sort of stitches and stuff. It's really, what's the word I want to use? It's like makes it a stiffer sort of look. So they're very stable and very sturdy, but they're just not quite as cuddly, you know. So when you're giving them as gifts to kids and stuff, I think that this tends to be the route people are going. All right. I'm just about to the point where I'm going to need to stuff this. If you're here, say hi in the chat. I'd love to say hi and chit chat with you. Almost finished with my coffee. And we've actually already passed our hour. But if anybody's here and wants to say hi, just come on in the chat, say hi. I'll stay on a bit longer. Okay, let me make sure I am. Okay, so this is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. Okay, And since I don't have my stuffing handy, one thing that's kind of nice about this pattern is that you can actually start working on the other parts. If you don't have your stuffing handy, you can work on the fins, and that's okay, because you're basically attaching them instead of sewing them. You're attaching them as you go, so that's what makes it no-sew. So actually, let me make this here. Oh, come on. Boop. All right, so I'm going to grab my blue yarn since I don't have my stuffing handy. Yeah, so it's just one way you can attach pieces, especially when you start designing your own patterns. If that's something you're interested in doing, you can attach them by leaving. You can leave stitches unworked, so you leave the front stitches unworked and work into the back loops only, and that way you can pick the front loops up later and attach a new piece. So that is one way that you can make it a no-sew pattern. All right, so I'm grabbing my hook here. Boop. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Just make sure. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, we good. So right now I'm working on the fins of the whale, which are super simple. Nice and easy, nice and quick. And the only thing you really have to sew is the loose ends in when you're done, which I don't think is that hard to do. It's pretty easy. I don't know. I balled this yarn hoping that it would be enough to make the whale. So I am playing yarn chicken with myself here, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have enough. So we shall see. Let's see if I have enough at the end of it. Okay, now to the other side. Let's see here. Make sure you come and say hi in the comments. I'd love to chat with you guys. Staying on a little longer than I usually do, but I'm working on this whale. Want to make sure I get to a good stopping point. So probably when I'm going to need to stuff it, because I don't have my stuffing next to me, so I'm going to have to go get that. So right now I'm just working on all the extra pieces that I need to finish before I can stuff. I don't know, you guys. All I have left to do is the tail, and I might have enough. This is looking good. It's looking good. All right. Let's see, shall we? Will I win, yarn chicken? Or will I lose and need to get more yarn? That is the question. To decide which direction I need to go. Okay, here we go. All right, yarn chicken time. What is your absolute favorite amigurumi pattern? And I want to know in the comments what your favorite amigurumi pattern is, whether it's a favorite animal that you like to crochet, or if it's a certain designer's pattern that you like to do. What is your favorite pattern to make? I am curious. I've seen a lot of people are very interested in making axolotls and dragons. Those are like very trendy right now, and I have not made either, so maybe that's a trend I should get on. All right, let's see. I need a stitch marker. So what I'm going to do is borrow this one for now. Come on, work with me, people. Here we go. All right, double checking that I didn't. Okay, no, we're good. We are good. Had to make sure that I didn't mess something up. And I didn't. I'm good. I don't know, you guys. I think I might have enough yarn. I don't always win Yarn Chicken, but this time around I think I might. Okay. My apologies, guys. If the camera starts to shake, that's my fault. I have restless legs. And I try my best not to when I'm on camera, especially because like you don't need to have the whole screen shaking the whole time. But that is something that I deal with, so I apologize if you do see some shaking of the camera. All right, to the edge of the plan. Okay. Okay, here we go. I don't know. Let's find out. Am I going to win Yarn Chicken? Do, 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 do. Okay, let's see. Am I going to win Yarn Chicken? I think I'm going to win today. Okay, let's see here. All right. Turning the page. Okay, here we go. All right, we're coming down to the wire here. I'm almost done with the whale, except for stuffing and closing. But this is where my ball is right now. It's falling apart. It's not very big, but I think it's going to be enough. That's what we're checking out here. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I need to make sure I'm following my pattern right. Okay, so do that. Okay, and this, and this. What I'm doing is actually closing the tail. So I'm sewing the two sides together, if you're wondering. And, okay. All right. I win. Haha. I won Yarn Chicken. Woohoo. Woohoo. This is what's left of the yarn. That's a good amount. But you know what? I think if I do the kit and I give the, this is like total, it was 50 to 55 grams or so of yarn. That should be enough that if your tension is a little different, that you'll have enough yarn to get through, basically. I have pretty tight tension, so I think that would be a good amount to just keep in there anyway. But I'm glad that I did not lose the game of Yarn Chicken. So, here we go. So again, let me know what you think to have a spout on the top or not to have a spout. That is the ultimate question here. I'm curious to know in the comments what you think. Do we like the whale without or with the spout? So let me know. And I think that's going to conclude our live for today, you guys. It's been lovely jumping on with you and making this cute little whale. As you can see, he works up pretty quick. We just started him today. And so all I have to do is stuff and sew him closed and he's good to go. So yeah, you'll be able to look for this pattern and the kit coming soon to the Frizzy Bee shop. And then also we'll have another video coming up hopefully later today that is a yarn haul video. So I hope you'll check that out. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also ring that notification bell so that you're let know anytime I have new videos or when I go live here on the Frizzy Bee channel. All right. Have a wonderful 4th of July holiday. Don't forget, I have a lot of discounts in all of my shops. Oh, Moonrose Crafts. Hello. Oh, I was just jumping off, and then it's nice to see that you've joined in. And come to say hi. I was worried that tomorrow we wouldn't have a lot of people coming on because of the holiday, so I thought I'd come on today just instead, just to make sure that people were available. But yeah, so anyways, we've got a amazing 40% discount going in the Yummy Cats shop right now. So yummycats.com, it's yummy with an I. 40% off for the holiday just through Friday. And then all of my other shops, the Frizzy Bee Crochet, we've got Geek Chikarumi, Cuppery Corner, and also the Yummy Cats shop. They're 20% off in those Etsy shops. So if you are looking for a pattern or a plushie or a shirt or something, anything, I have a little bit of everything. So check those out and grab those discounts while they're lasting. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will check you in the next video. We'll see you guys next Thursday. We're going to go back to Thursday. So it'll be next Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right. Thanks, guys.